It's time for Angels baseball. Today from Ho-Ho-Com Park here in Mesa, Arizona, the Angels play the Chicago Cubs. This is Terry Smith along with Steve Physiak welcoming Angel fans to Cactus League Baseball. Boy, we have a beautiful day today, bright sunshine. It's 78 degrees. A little bit of a wind here, gusting it up to 18 miles per hour. And the Angels getting ready to take on the Cubs for the second time this spring. These two teams will get acquainted because the Angels will be back here on Sunday as well. Although they're telling us Sunday the weather is expected to take a turn for the worse. They're calling for a lot of rain here Sunday and a high of about 59. But we'll see what happens over the weekend. Today it's beautiful for baseball, and the Angels set to take on the Chicago Cubs. Steve, the Angels looking to rebound after a couple of losses to the Kansas City Royals. Let's see if we can get back on the winning track today.
They lost 6-3, and then yesterday 6-5, and one guy they will not have available is Garrett Anderson. He is nursing tightness in his left thigh. Mike Scioscia had him go through batting practice back in Tempe Diablo Stadium, and he said he's fine. He'll probably play the outfield tomorrow. Another good sign is Casey Kochman will be back in the lineup. You know, on Monday he suffered 8 stitches in his foot near the shin area on a slide at home plate. And Ervin Santana, Mike Scioscia wants him to take a step up today. He's allowed 8 runs in 8 2/3 innings this spring, and he said his command, his consistency, he wants to see that raised another level.
Yeah, the Angels certainly hoping that Ervin can bounce back after having a rough spring so far in his first 3 starts. The Angels have a few other regulars back in Tempe today. Torrey Hunter, Gary Matthews, Sean Figgins, along with Garrett Anderson, are not here for today's ball game. Also, Reggie Willich, Jeff Mathis, and Juan Rivera have stayed back in Tempe today as well. The pitching matchup, we mentioned Ervin Santana, the 25-year-old right-hander, 6'2", 185 pounds. Here in the Cactus League in 3 starts, 8 2/3 innings, 13 hits allowed, an 0-0 record with an 8.31 ERA. And pitching for the Cubs today will be Ryan Dempster. Dempster is a pitcher who was their closer a year ago. In fact, he had 28 saves last season. This year, they're talking about having him in their starting rotation. He has started in the past, and so far this spring, he has made 3 starts for the Cubs, and he's done a good job. He has a 2-0 record in the Cactus League with an ERA of 3.00. The Cubs have taken the field. They're wearing their white uniforms here today. They have the white pinstripe uniforms on. The Angels have the red tops and gray pants. And with the starting lineups for today's ball game, once again, here's Steve Physiak.
And Terry Meister will lead things off and play shortstop for the Angels. Batting second will be second baseman Howie Kendrick. Vlad Guerrero will play right field and hit third. Then it's Casey Kochman cleaning things up. Good to see Casey back in the lineup after getting a few days off because of the injury to his foot. Mike Napoli will bat fifth and be the catcher. Batting sixth is D. Brown. He'll play left field. Brandon Wood, he's been struggling a bit this spring, just batting .071. He'll hit seventh and play third base. Hitting eighth is the center fielder Nathan Haynes, and batting ninth, the Angels pitcher Ervin Santana. Again is Turris, Kendrick, Guerrero, Kochman, Napoli, Brown, Wood, Haynes, and Santana. For the Chicago Cubs, they will lead things off with Eric Patterson, their center fielder. Batting second, Alfonso Soriano, the left fielder. Batting third, Derek Lee, the first baseman. Hitting fourth, the third baseman, Aramis Ramirez. And then you've got the young man from Japan, Kosuke Fukudome, in right field to bat fifth. Mark DeRosa will play second base and hit sixth. Then Alex Cintrone at shortstop to bat seventh. Henry Blanco is the catcher, batting eighth, and the pitcher, Ryan Dempster, bats ninth. So Patterson, Soriano, Lee, Ramirez, Fukudome, DeRosa, Cintrone, Blanco, and Dempster round out the Cubs' 9. And let's go to Terry Smith for a little play-by-play in the first inning here in Mesa, Arizona.
All right, thanks, Steve. The umpires, Dana DeMuth is the home plate umpire, and on the bases we have Jerry Davis, Brian Gorman, and Brian Runge. And just moments away from the start of the ball game, Ryan Dempster has completed his warm-up tosses. Dempster is a sinker ball pitcher, and he has a good slider, and his off-speed pitch is a fork ball. So he's on the rubber looking in for the sign. Dempster is a Canadian, and the first pitch, and that one is in there for a called strike. We're underway. The count 0-1. Meister Torres leading off for the Angels this afternoon. He's gone 8 for 20 this
Hayes, center field. Batting on. Hayes starting pitcher for the Angels, number 54, Urban Santana. Santana, starting pitcher for the Angels. And now the starting lineup, as announced by manager Lou Pinella for your Chicago Cubs. Leading off from the Cubs, center field, number 4, Eric Patterson. Center field. Batting second, in left field, number 12, Alfonso Ariano. Left field. Batting third and first base, number 25, Derek Lee. First base. Hitting in the cleanup spot, third base, number 15, Ramirez. Ramirez, third base. Batting fifth, right field, number 1, Jose Fukudome. Fukudome, right field. Batting sixth at second base, number 7, Mark Rosa. Rosa, second base. Batting 7 at shortstop, number 6, Alex Syndrome. Syndrome, shortstop. Batting 8, behind the plate, number 24, Henry Blanco. Blanco, second base. Batting 9, today's starting pitcher for the Cubs, number 46, Ryan Dempster. Dempster, starting pitcher for the Cubs. Fans, we would like to direct your attention to the home plate area. The Major Home Cubs are proud to present Sarah Wood, Caitlin Hill, a $2,000 donation for today's Cubs Live food drive. Major Home Cubs and a big thanks to all of those fans who donated food and items we have today. Thanks for your generosity. And in support of the Northern Illinois University family, Hoboken Stadium would like to welcome Northern Illinois University Alumni Association to the ballpark today. At this time, we would like to ask for a moment of silence to honor the victims of the shooting that occurred at NIU February 14th. Northern Illinois University, forward, together, forward. Southwest Airlines, Michael Soprano. Let's give him a warm mega welcome. Also joining us on the field today, CDT Construction Superintendent Robert Farnham. Robert is out on the ceremonial pitch. On the anthem tonight, Del West, located in the East Valley, leads the way in active adult living. We'd also like to welcome our guest today from West Fundraising and the national leader in hospital output services. On the field, West Sprint CEO Frank Sparry here to throw a ceremonial pitch. Today we also have a special friend of the Chicago Cubs, Joe Pavone, here to throw a ceremonial pitch. Joe will be with his friends from Chicago for his bachelor party. Let's give Joe a warm welcome.
25.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and turn your attention to the field where we have the Heritage Quartet from Chandler, Arizona, here to perform the national anthem. Please join them in singing our national anthem.
But Christ and Christ are
It's time for Angels baseball. Today from Ho-Ho-Com Park here in Mesa, Arizona, the Angels play the Chicago Cubs. This is Terry Smith along with Steve Physiak welcoming Angel fans to Cactus League Baseball. Boy, we have a beautiful day today. Bright sunshine. It's 78 degrees. A little bit of a wind here, gusting it up to 18 miles per hour. And the Angels getting ready to take on the Cubs for the second time this spring. These two teams will get acquainted because the Angels will be back here on Sunday as well. Although they're telling us Sunday the weather is expected to take a turn for the worse. They're calling for a lot of rain here Sunday and a high of about 59. But we'll see what happens over the weekend. Today it's beautiful for baseball, and the Angels set to take on the Chicago Cubs. Steve, the Angels looking to rebound after a couple of losses to the Kansas City Royals. Let's see if we can get back on the winning track today.
They lost 6-3, and then yesterday 6-5. And one guy they will not have available is Garrett Anderson. He is nursing tightness in his left thigh. Mike Scioscia had him go through batting practice back in Tempe Diablo Stadium, and he said he's fine. He'll probably play the outfield tomorrow. Another good sign is Casey Kochman will be back in the lineup. You know, on Monday he suffered 8 stitches in his foot near the shin area on a slide at home plate. And Urban Santana, Mike Scioscia wants him to take a step up today. He's allowed 8 runs in 8 2/3 innings this spring, and he said his command, his consistency, he wants to see that raised another level.
Yeah, the Angels certainly hoping that Urban can bounce back after having a rough spring so far in his first 3 starts. The Angels have a few other regulars back in Tempe today. Torrey Hunter, Gary Matthews, Sean Figgins, along with Garrett Anderson, are not here for today's ball game. Also, Reggie Willich, Jeff Mathis, and Juan Rivera have stayed back in Tempe today as well. The pitching matchup, we mentioned Urban Santana, the 25-year-old right-hander, 6'2", 185 pounds. Here in the Cactus League in 3 starts, 8 2/3 innings, 13 hits allowed, an 0-0 record with an 8.31 ERA. And pitching for the Cubs today will be Ryan Dempster. Dempster is a pitcher who was their closer a year ago. In fact, he had 28 saves last season. This year, they're talking about having him in their starting rotation. He has started in the past, and so far this spring, he has made 3 starts for the Cubs, and he's done a good job. He has a 2-0 record in the Cactus League with an ERA of 3.00. The Cubs have taken the field. They're wearing their white uniforms here today. They have the white pinstripe uniforms on. The Angels have the red tops and gray pants. And with the starting lineups for today's ball game, once again, here's Steve Physiak.
And Terry Meister as tourist will lead things off and play shortstop for the Angels. Batting second will be second baseman Howie Kendrick. Vlad Guerrero will play right field and hit third. Then it's Casey Kochman cleaning things up. Good to see Casey back in the lineup after getting a few days off because of the injury to his foot. Mike Napoli will bat fifth and be the catcher. Batting sixth is D. Brown. He'll play left field. Brandon Wood, he's been struggling a bit this spring, just batting .071. He'll hit seventh and play third base. Hitting eighth is the center fielder Nathan Haynes, and batting ninth, the Angels pitcher Urban Santana. Again is Turris, Kendrick, Guerrero, Kochman, Napoli, Brown, Wood, Haynes, and Santana. For the Chicago Cubs, they will lead things off with Eric Patterson, their center fielder. Batting second, Alfonso Soriano, the left fielder. Batting third, Derek Lee, the first baseman. Hitting fourth, the third baseman, Aramis Ramirez. And then you've got the young man from Japan, Kosuke Fukudome, in right field to bat fifth. Mark DeRosa will play second base and hit sixth. Then Alex Cintrone at shortstop to bat seventh. Henry Blanco is the catcher batting eighth, and the pitcher Ryan Dempster bats ninth. So Patterson, Soriano, Lee, Ramirez, Fukudome, DeRosa, Cintrone, Blanco, and Dempster round out the Cubs' 9. And let's go to Terry Smith for a little play-by-play in the first inning here in Mesa, Arizona.
All right, thanks, Steve. The umpires, Dana DeMuth is the home plate umpire, and on the bases we have Jerry Davis, Ryan Gorman, and Brian Runge. And just moments away from the start of the ball game, Ryan Dempster has completed his warm-up tosses. Dempster is a sinker ball pitcher, and he has a good slider, and his off-speed pitch is a fork ball. So he's on the rubber looking in for the sign. Dempster is a Canadian, and the first pitch, and that one is in there for a called strike. We're underway. The count 0-1. Myceris Torres leading off for the Angels this afternoon. He's gone 8 for 20 this spring. That's a .400 batting average. Driven in 3 runs. Next pitch, And it's chopped on the right side, right at Mark DeRosa, the second baseman. He handles it cleanly. And as Torres is retired, the first out today, and the batter will be Howie Kendrick. Howie is hitting .303 here in the Cactus League. He has 10 hits and 33 times up. Seems like every day that he's in the lineup, he's in a different spot in the batting order, and today he's hitting out of the number 2 spot. The pitch. And that one is right in there for a called strike. They have a big crowd here. The Cubs have always been a huge draw here in Mesa. And they've been having spring training here for a long time. The pitch. Fly ball lifted into right field. It's hit pretty well, but Fukudome is on the rim of the track and makes the catch out there. And that's the second out. The wind carried that ball, no doubt about it. It took it out right to the start of the warning track, but a routine out. 2 are gone, and Vlad Guerrero will be the next batter.
Well, the Chicago fans are hoping maybe this will be their year. I mean, their last World Championship was 100 years ago in 1908. The last time they won a pennant was 1945, but still, hope springs eternal.
And here's Vlad at the plate, and the first pitch is a ball to count. 1 ball, no strikes. No team in any sport in the U.S. has gone 100 years without a title. The pitch. There's one that's chopped to short. It's fielded there by Cintrone. The throw low, but a nice job handling that bouncing throw by Derek Lee. He's been a Gold Glover in the past, and he showed it there. The inning is over. So a quiet first for the Angels. No runs or hits, no errors, and nobody left. A half inning in the books. Angels nothing. The Cubs coming to bat on the Angels Baseball Network. Fans, 2008 Angels baseball ticket plans presented by the Los Angeles Times are now on sale. From half-season plans to a third of a season, or the newly introduced 11-game plan. Each ticket plan is sure to satisfy every type of baseball fan. Now, guarantee your seats for opening night, the Yankees, Red Sox, and Dodgers, plus promotional item games. Order your tickets by calling 888-796-HALO or visit angelsbaseball.com. Urban Santana's first pitch on the leadoff man, Eric Patterson. That's in there for strike. And the count 0-1. Patterson, a young player, 24 years old, swings and fouls that one back to the screen. For a number of years, there was a Patterson playing center field for the Cubs and leading off a lot for them. That was Corey Patterson, but this is a young player, Eric Patterson, that they're high on. He had a good year last year in AAA. The pitch, that's fouled back behind the plate. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it seemed like for 3 or 4 years, Corey Patterson was their number 1 prospect in Baseball America, but he was a free-swinging small guy, and they wanted to see him cut down on his swing. And Patterson does have those similarities. He struck out 85 times last year in the minor leagues.
The Cubs' starting center fielder figures to be Felix Pie. The pitch, and it's chopped on the right side. That's a foul ball. And the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. PA has been sidelined a bit this spring with a groin injury. And they're hoping that that'll heal soon, and they'll have a chance to get some more at-bats this spring. The pitch, that's fouled back on the left side, backing out of play. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Irvin Santana's last outing was on Sunday. It was against Texas. And he worked 4 innings in that game. He gave up 6 hits and 4 earned runs. He was tagged for a home run. Didn't walk, and he struck out 1. He set the 2-strike pitch. And boy, that one didn't miss by much. Irvin thought he had him out looking, and so did a lot of people here in Mesa, but it was called a strike by Dana, or a ball, I should say, by Dana Demus. So it's 2-2. The next pitch. And that's another one. Borderline pitch that didn't miss by much.
Well, Mike Scioscia told us before the ball game he wanted to see him command that fastball, and to the first batter, looks like he's got good command.
Payoff pitch, that one was nowhere close. And you kind of thought there that Irvin felt that he had put a couple of pitches over the strike zone and didn't get the call, and then that pitch that turns out to be ball 4 was nowhere close. He might have been a little bit frustrated out there. So a leadoff walk. And now the batter is Alfonso Soriano, the left fielder.
Mike Scioscia said, get strike 1, command the fastball. He did early. He got strike 1 and really was working the corners until that last pitch. And Eric Patterson is a guy who can run, stole 24 bags last year at AAA Iowa.
And he draws a throw over there at first base. Soriano here in spring training is hitting .333, 7 for 21, 1 home run. The pitch, and he takes a cut at that one and fouls it back to the screen. Soriano was an all-star last year for the Cubs. And he was a guy who really got hot in September last year. He hit 14 home runs in the month of September a year ago. Finished with 33 for the season. Here's the pitch. And he drills that one down the left side. That is a fair ball. It's going to roll down into the corner. D. Brown just getting to it. Patterson is being waved home. He will score without a throw. And Soriano has an RBI double, and the Cubs have a 1-0 lead. So Irvin is off to a slow start, although there were a couple of pitches in that matchup against Patterson that could have gone in his favor. And now the batter is Derek Lee. And Irvin's just going to have to shake it off out there. Derek Lee is struggling this spring. He's just 3 for 28. And he's hitting 107. At 8 strikeouts and 3 hits in those 28 times up. And he chops that one foul on the third base side. No balls and 1 strike. Derek Lee was an all-star last year. He won a Gold Glove again last year. He's had 3 of those in his big league career. 32 years old. Santana ready, delivers. And it's a fly ball lifted into right center field. The wind is carrying that one. It's out by the wall and jumping up out there in center field. And not coming up with it is the Angels center fielder Nate Haynes. The lead runner, Soriano, wasn't sure. So on a ball that was hit near the wall out there in right center, Soriano only goes from second to third base. And Derek Lee ends up with a double. The batter got 2 bases. The runner got only 1. But for a moment, it looked like Nate Haynes, who jumped up very high out there in deep right center, might make the grab, but was unable to do so. So the Angels get a little bit of a break there because Soriano should have scored easily on the double from second, but he only gets to third.
Santana not opening well, walking Patterson. Now back-to-back doubles by Soriano and Lee. He has to buckle down, let the bad go.
When's the last time you saw back-to-back doubles without a run scoring? So
can't remember.
The batter is Ramirez. The pitch, that's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. Ramirez, a .231 batting average this spring. He's 3 for 13. .310 batting average last year for Aramis Ramirez. Drove in 101 runs. Here's the pitch. And that's a fastball missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The The wind is definitely a factor today. The ball here in the first inning, both halves of the first inning, has carried quite well out to right and right center. Here's the next pitch, and that's inside. Urban Santana has not had a good appearance so far this spring, and it dates back to his first outing against Texas. That was on the 28th of last month. He pitched the first spring training game for the Angels. The pitch, it's fouled back to the screen, and the count 1-2. And he's had rough outings against the Rangers, the White Sox, and then the Rangers again. His most recent outing was on Sunday against Texas. And he's off to a slow start today. He's faced 3 batters, hasn't retired any. A run is in, and 2 are in scoring position. He's ready to pitch, and that's inside. A fastball misses.
And that was after a really terrific winter ball season, particularly in the postseason playoffs for Licey in the Dominican Republic. He had an ERA that was in the low 2s. Matter of fact, he was part of a combined no-hitter in early January.
The count full to 3-2. It's chopped down to third and through for a base hit. Soriano will score. Moving from second to third will be Lee. 4 straight batters have reached base safely to start off the game. Ramirez gets an RBI hit, and the Cubs have a 2-0 lead.
And that wasn't a bad pitch. I mean, he had Ramirez way out in front. He was able to pull the ball, didn't hit it that hard, but just barely past the diving Brandon Wood. So Mike Butcher comes out for a visit, and this might just be a reminder, hey, can we have a do-over right here? Just start right here, Urban. Forget about the pass and just lock in on this pitch and this at-bat.
So 3 straight hits after the leadoff walk. 2 runs in, runners at first and third. Meeting at the mound is over. And Fukudome, the right fielder who the Cubs signed out of Japan, inked him to a 4-year, $48 million deal in the offseason. He will be the batter. He's a left-handed hitter. He's batting 5th in their lineup today. 7 for 27 this spring, hitting .259. The pitch, and he takes that one outside for a ball. The count 1-0.
The Cubs had let 3 outfielders go in the offseason. Jock Jones signed with Detroit, Craig Monroe, and Cliff Floyd, and put a lot of investment in Fukudome.
Here's the pitch, and he takes that off-speed pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Fukudome, a .305 career hitter in 9 years playing in Japan. He won 4 Gold Gloves. He was a batting champion twice. And he hit 192 home runs while playing in Japan. The pitch, that's fouled off on the left side. He's 30 years old. And as far as how some people are projecting him to do in his rookie season, they don't really think he's going to be a huge home run hitting outfielder, but they feel that he could be somewhere in the high teens, maybe around 20 for this season. The pitch, and he hits one on the right side. Stopped by Kendrick, goes to second for 1, relay to first, late. So the Angels get only 1 out on that one. Lee will score on the fielder's choice. So Fukudome gets the RBI, and now it's a 3-0 Cubs lead. And Mark DeRosa will be the next batter. Runner at first base, and only 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's popped in the air on the right side. Howie Kendrick, shallow right field, is circling under, and he will make the grab. So it's the second out. 2 are gone. DeRosa retired on 1 pitch, and Alex Cintrone, the shortstop, who was with the White Sox last year, he's moved over to Cubs country on the north side of Chicago. He will be the next batter.
I don't think anybody believes in Urban Santana more than the Angels manager Mike Scioscia. I mean, he loves this kid. Early in his career, he compared him with Ramon Martinez, Pedro Martinez's brother, tall, lean, good changeup. And this is a guy who just has to be more aggressive and command that fastball, keep it down in the strike zone. Struggling here early, giving up 3 runs.
First pitch, swing and a miss, and then the catcher, Napoli, throws to second. The runner, Fukudome, was not even running to second base, and no one covered, and you can't blame the middle infielders. The runner wasn't even running to second. So Napoli there just kind of blanked out. He might have seen Fukudome out of the corner of his eye give a little indication he was going to break for second, but he never really did. And Napoli threw to second base, and no one was there to accept the throw. Went into center, and Fukudome moves up to second base on the throwing error. Here's the pitch. It's popped in the air into shallow left field. D. Brown is the left fielder today. He's under. He'll put it away, and that will end the inning. But it was a tough first inning here for Irvin Santana. They get 3. They had 3 hits, a walk, an error, and 1 runner left. We've completed 1 here in Mesa. Cubs 3, Angels no score on the Angels Baseball Network. Second inning we go. It's 3-0 Cubs. Fans, 2008 spring training is here, and there's still time to make your plans to be a part of the action and join the Angels in sunny Tempe. Watch the 2007 AL West champions prepare for another exciting season. Great seats are still available for the Cactus League home games starting at just $5. Log on angelsbaseball.com or visit the Tempe Diablo Stadium box office to purchase your tickets today. The first pitch on Casey Kochman leading off the second. That one is in there for a strike. Ready to work is Ryan Dempster, and the pitch. And that one is way high and outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Angels have 7 more Cactus League home games left this spring. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
They could go over 100,000 for the home games this year. That's outstanding for Tempe Diablo Stadium.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The next pitch on Kochman, and he taps one on the first base side. Fair ball. Dempster fumbled it and throws wildly to first base, and Kochman is on. Boy, Dempster came off the mound fast and then reached down with his bare hand and didn't grab it the first time. Then he picked it up the second time, and then he flipped it way over the head of Derek Lee, the first baseman. So that's going to be an error charged on the pitcher, Ryan Dempster.
It was going to be a close play at first base, but Dempster, with that throw and the way he picked up the baseball, he might want to take a little more PFP. The pitcher's fielding practice. He did not execute that one the way you would want your pitcher to.
Didn't look too good. So the next batter up for the Angels is Mike Napoli, and the pitch a ball. It's 1-0. Ryan Dempster. Mentioned he was the closer for the Cubs last year. He had 28 saves and 31 chances, so he was reliable in that role a year ago. The pitch. That one is smashed into left field. Soriano out there in left He can't make the catch. The ball bounces off the wall, going into third base and being waved around is Kochman, and he will score without a throw. The throw to third, it's late, and Napoli, the catcher, has a ringing triple, and the Angels are on the scoreboard here in the second inning. That ball was absolutely hammered out there to left field, and Soriano didn't have a whole lot of time to react. That ball was right on top of him before he knew it. So Mike Napoli, who had one triple last season in the regular season, gets his first one this spring, and the Angels quickly on the board with a chance to get some more. Runner at third and nobody out.
If he gets to the back underside of that, it's way out of here. He got almost on top of it and gave it a reverse spin, and it shot over the head of Soriano.
And there's D. Brown taking a pitch for a called strike. It's 0-1. D. Brown was a late addition to the starting lineup. Garrett Anderson was in the original starting lineup that was posted back in Tempe this morning. The pitch, there's a swing and a miss. That was a good breaking ball. It looked like his fork ball there. And the count 0-2.
And D's such a good teammate, he loaned his jersey yesterday to Torrey Hunter, who forgot his road jersey, number 48, and had to wear D's number 32.
Here's the 2-strike pitch, and that one is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
They made the phone call to Tempe Diablo Stadium, and a guy who was on the way picked up Torrey's jersey. So he wore D. Brown's jersey for the first at-bat and then went back to 48 for his second AB.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought Torrey had on 48. Yeah. So just didn't begin the game with that jersey. The pitch, and that one is high, and it's 2-2. The Angels playing their second straight road game here in the Cactus League. We were in Surprise yesterday. Today we're in Mesa, and we're a little bit east of Phoenix for this ball game. We'll be back here on Sunday, weather permitting. The pitch, and it's a pop into left field. That's an RBI hit. Good job by D. Brown, a 2-strike pitch. He's going to hustle and go to second. The throw, he is, let's see, they haven't called it. I think he's safe. Yep, he is. A hustle double there for D. Brown, and the Angels right back in the ball game. It's now 3-2.
Yeah, I'm wondering why the second baseman still has not made a safe call or an out call. He just kind of watched the play, and it was a close play at second base.
Yeah, I was thinking he was just trying to see whether or not the second baseman, DeRosa, held on to the ball.
Looked like Mark did.
Yeah, I guess they just felt it was obvious he was safe, but it sure didn't look that way from back here. So here's Brandon Wood, and you'd like to see him get going today. The pitch, he pops it up foul, but it's going to get back and out of play behind the plate. And the count on Brandon, no balls and 1 strike. Angels have had 3 batters step up here in the second. 2 of them have scored. The other one's in scoring position at second. And the Cubs lead, which was 3-0 heading into the second, has all but disappeared. It's now 3-2. And a base hit here could bring home D. Brown, that runner at second. The pitch. That one's low and away. 1-1 the count.
And Terry, I think Brandon Wood could take some pressure off himself right here by playing a little Garrett Anderson. Garrett Anderson, this situation, man at second base, nobody out. He'll go ahead and take the ball on the ground to the right side. Hopefully he'll get a base hit. If not, he gets the runner over and has done a good job.
Right. Well, he needs something good to happen here, and at bat for sure. The pitch, and he swings and lifts one high and deep into left field. That one is hit way out of here. It's a 2-run homer.
Or you can go ahead and pull the ball.
Holy mackerel. He's had 3 hits this spring in 29 times up, and all 3 of the hits have been home runs. And he hit that one out by the scoreboard out there in deep left field. So a 2-run homer. It's a 4-run inning now for the Angels. Still no outs here in the second, and the Angels are on top 4-3.
You know that part about hitting the ball on the ground to the right side? That was just a suggestion.
Right. Well, Fizz, that's why you're not a hitting coach. All right.
Well, you know, the poor guy had been struggling so much. What was it, 2 for 27? And Mike Scioscia said, yeah, it's a bit of a mental thing, but he said it's more of a rhythm thing. He's been a little mechanical at the plate and working extra with Mickey Hatcher. But all of a sudden, you let your troubles become troubles, and, boy, they magnify, and that could be a huge gorilla off his back.
So Brandon Wood who's had a tough spring hitting, but he's leading the Angels in home runs this spring, hits his third one. And the batter for the Angels is Nate Haynes, his first time up. He cuts at that one and fouls it off on the left side.
Angels just need a single for a cycle this inning.
Yeah. Inning started off with the error by the pitcher, and then a triple, a double, and a two-run homer. Angels have scored 4 times in the inning, no outs, and the pitch, that's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, maybe Dempster got a little bit riled up after his own error starting this inning off, and he's had trouble regrouping a little bit. The pitch, that's fouled off on the right side. The Cubs this spring, I don't know that they're alarmed about it, but they haven't played real well. They are 6-10 this spring. They've dropped 3 of their last 4. They did beat the Padres yesterday, although the Padres have some of their players overseas right now. There's a shot that's hit into left center field. That one is going to be a gapper that's going to get over the wall, and it does so on a bounce. It hopped over the wall for a ground rule double. And Mike Scioscia comes out right now. He wants to say something to Irvin Santana, who will be the batter. He's probably telling Irvin, hey, let's just drop down a bunt here, get him over to third base. Nate Haynes has the 4th straight extra base hit for the Angels here in this second inning. All 5 have gotten on base safely. And Santana showed bunt, then cocked the bat and takes the pitch, and that one's a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Irvin was one of the Angels' best hitting pitchers last year, but in this situation, Mike Scioscia knows once the team gets to interleague play, he wants Santana to get that sacrifice down.
And that time he did swing, and he fouled that one back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'll bet you they asked him to sacrifice right here. Gave him 1 swing to go ahead and take a shot with the corners in.
Dempster looking at second. Irvin around the bunt, and he drops one back near the mound. Dempster fields, throws to third, and they get Haynes. Santana's bunt was pushed back to the pitcher, and Dempster fielded his position that time, so Irvin's on at first base on a fielder's choice. And now the top of the batting order, Meister Torres.
And Alex Cintrone had broken behind Haynes, shortening his lead, and so Nathan had to come back to the bag. Had he had his original lead, I think he would have been safe at third base.
Here's Torres, the batter. He takes that one for a strike. This has been a wild first couple of innings today. 4-3, the Angels on top. We're only in the top of the second. And the pitch, that one is outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind is blowing. It's blowing out to right center, and the wind is carrying balls in right and right center field. The pitch, that one is a pitch that misses. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Darren Chan, our producer engineer here in Mesa, Arizona, was on his Doppler radar and checked it out, and he said the gust would be to 18 miles an hour today in Mesa.
Here's the next one on Meister, and that one is low, so it's now 3-1. Dempster's made a lot of pitches here in this inning. He had thrown 9 innings so far this spring. And the next delivery, that one is in there for a strike, so the count runs full. It's 3-2. The Cubs have already had 5 crowds this spring of over 11,000 fans, and they have another 5-figure crowd here today. The pitch, that's ball 4. So as Torres is on with a walk, and boy, Dempster is having a rough inning.
And he looked very sharp in the first inning, just breezing through his tourists, Kendrick and Vlad Guerrero, and it's completely fallen apart. And as you said, it was after that terrible throw on the chopped hit. Well, it was down the first base line by Casey Kochman, ruled an error.
Brian Dempster, we were mentioning earlier, a closer for the Cubs last year. His ERA in the second half of last season, after the All-Star break, it was over 6. The pitch, and that one is a ball. The count 1 ball, no strikes on Howie Kendrick. He's the 8th batter up in the inning. Dempster had an ERA for last season, the entire season, of 4.73. So it's high, especially for a closer. And there's one that's high. And the count goes to 2-0.
And it's not like he's going to be given one of the spots in the rotation. He's got a battle in front of him. Zambrano, Lilly, and Rich Hill are the three guys who will make it. But then there's a battle for the 4-5 spots with Dempster, Marquis, John Lieber has been signed, and Sean Marshall, pretty good young pitcher.
The next delivery, it's a liner into right center field. That is a gapper. It's going to get in at least one run. Howie will go to second base, and now he's going to head for third. A second run comes home. The throw to third, it is not in time. So the Angels have their second triple in the inning. Howie Kendrick drives in both Irvin Santana, the pitcher, and Meiser Torres, who is on at first base. He comes all the way home. Kendrick with his first triple this spring, and the Angel lead has expanded. 6-3, the Angels leading, and this is a 6-run inning to this point. And Howie's down there at third, and Vlad's at the plate, and there's only one out, so a pretty good chance here to add on another one in the inning. Vlad grounded out last inning and swings and misses the first pitch there for strike one. 5 extra base hits in this inning. The Angels haven't had a single in the inning. They've had 2 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run, the pitch. And that's a strike on the outside corner. So Vlad's in the hole, 0-2 with 1 out. The Angels figure to have the contact play on. A triple here in this inning, the first one this spring for Howie. The pitch, and Vlad just got a piece of that one. Dempster's been going after him with off-speed pitches here, and the count remains 0-2. Only 1 out, and the 9th man up in the inning. And there's a swing and a miss, and Vlad is down on strikes. He got it. Fooled him right there. And that's out number 2 in the inning. So here's Kochman, who led off the inning, reaching base on Dempster's bad throw to first base on a little roller up the first base line. Casey Kochman had missed the last couple of games, back in the lineup today. The pitch, and he takes that one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Ryan Dempster has made a ton of pitches here in this inning, and they do have action in their bullpen. Here's the 1-0, and that was a breaking ball and misses high. 2 balls and no strikes.
He's left a lot of pitches up in the strike zone.
So Dempster gets the sign from Henry Blanco, the catcher. 10th batter in the inning for the Angels, a 6-3 lead. The pitch, that one is drilled, but way foul down the right side. Kochman teed off on that pitch. Boy, the Angels have hit some shots in this inning.
Yeah, Dempster tried to come down and in on Casey, but left it out or over the heart of the plate, but in enough. But he wanted that further down by 5 inches.
2-1, and that's way high and outside. It's now 3-1. The last time that Dempster pitched was on Sunday, and he went 4 innings against Kansas City. That was a game the Cubs won 13-1, and Dempster gave up only 1 hit and 1 run in that ball game. The pitch, that's chopped foul by Napoli, waiting on deck. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jerry Smith and Steve Physiak with you. Angels Cactus League Baseball from Mesa. And the Angels have doubled up the Cubs, leading at 6-3 in the second, and there's ball 4. It was high and way outside. So Kochman is on for the second time in the inning, and Lou Piniella is coming out of the dugout, and that's going to be it for Dempster. They were hoping that he could get through this top of the second, but it's not going to happen. So the Cubs are going to make the call to the bullpen. We have a pitching change here in Mesa. This pitching change is brought to you by AMCO. Are you driving around with your check engine light on? Get it checked for free at AMCO. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO for the center nearest you. AMCO. Transmissions plus a whole lot more. We have a pitching change here at Ho-Ho-Com Park in Mesa. When we get back, the Angels batting in the second, leading 6-3 on the Angels Baseball Network. So a new pitcher for the Cubs, Michael Wirtz, who appeared in 73 games for the Cubs a year ago, went 2-3 out of the bullpen, 3.48 ERA. He will take over in relief. Fastball, slider, and changeup. This guy has a very good slider. That's his out pitch, and the first one is right in there for a called strike. At the plate for the Angels is Mike Napoli. A busy inning for the Angels here in the second. 6 runs are in, and the starter Dempster knocked out of the game. Wirtz is set. Runners at the corners. 2 outs to pitch. That's low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wirtz this spring, appearing in his 4th game. He's worked 3 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, no runs, no walks allowed, 5 strikeouts, 0 ERA. The pitch. It's popped on the right side, foul. Chasing after it is DeRosa and the right fielder Fukudome, but it drops out of their reach, foul. So Napoli hanging in, 2 strikes to count on him. Wirtz in situations just like this a year ago was tremendous. Situations with runners on base. And he was second in the National League last year as far as relievers. As far as preventing inherited runners to score, 87% of the time he came in, those runners on base did not score. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. And that one was a little bit outside for a ball. 2-2 the count.
And Terry, he's got good stuff. He struck out 79 batters in 72 1/3 innings last year. Outstanding for a middle reliever.
So he's set. 2-2 the count on Napoli. The next pitch, he got him, swung on and missed, struck him out, and he got him with that good slider. So that will end the inning, but the Angels have a big inning here in the top of the second. 6-run score in the inning, and the Angels did it with 5 hits. There was an error, a couple of walks, and the Angels leave a pair. The bottom of the second is next as we head there. 6-3 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network. We move to the bottom of the second here in Mesa. The Angels have a 6-3 lead. Now we'll see what Urban Santana can do. He had a rough first inning, faced 7 batters, and allowed 3 runs. His first pitch here, it's lifted in the air out near second base, is Torres and Kendrick, and it'll be Meiser who makes the catch in shallow center field out on that outfield grass. That was a snow cone catch there. The wind is carrying the ball. And that one almost got away from his Torres, who was retreating back to make the catch. 1 out. And now Michael Wirtz, the relief pitcher who came in to get the final out in the top of the inning, he's going to bat here. We're playing National League rules today, so there's no DH, and the pitcher will bat. And the first pitch on Wirtz, that one is in there for a strike. Dempster, the starter, knocked out in the second inning. He never had an at-bat today. Here's the pitch, and that one is outside. Boy, Steve, you look out beyond the left field line there, and looks like a dust storm or something, doesn't it? There's a swing and a miss.
You know, the other day when we were in Peoria, it started like the flags were completely still, about 2 miles an hour, and by the end of the day, it was whipping at 25.
There's a pitch that's in there for a called third strike, and boy, Wirtz did not show anything there in that at bat. My goodness, it was just as if he was up there to take pitches and strike out, and that's just what he did.
Well, this is a great opportunity for Santana to settle down and feel good about himself. He gave up 3 runs in the first inning, but he got Blanco on a first pitch to pop it up, and then Wirtz helped him out by just kind of standing by the side of the road and taking 3. And now he's got the top of the order.
Eric Patterson, the batter, left-handed hitter, and that's in there for a strike. You can see the mountains way out in the distance beyond the left field area. And the pitch, there's one that's low and inside. It misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. And as you look out there, all of a sudden there's areas of the mountain range you can't see the mountains because it appears to be so dusty out there. And very windy right now. The pitch, that one's fouled off on the right side. They say that there's some bad weather coming here over the weekend, so we'll see. But the wind is gusting. Those flags out in left center field are really swaying. Santana set the 1-2, and it's chopped on the right side of the infield. Charged there by Howie, and he had the ball bounce off his glove. So he never got a handle on it. And safe at first base will be Patterson, and that figures to be an error on Howie Kendrick.
Second error on the Angels. Mike Napoli with the bad throw with nobody covering second base back in the first inning, and this one was a routine play for Howie Kendrick. Yeah, he had a charge, but as you said, he may have taken his eye off that ball as it hit his glove on the heel and bounced away.
So it is an error, and the batter now is Soriano. Tossed over to first base, and just diving back to the bag goes Patterson, the base runner. Alfonso Soriano is in the second year of an 8-year deal he signed with the Cubs. They signed him as a free agent after the 06 season. There goes the runner. The pitch is missed. Throw to second. It's high, and it's an easy stolen base for Patterson. So Napoli's throw is too high. Howie Kendrick was on the receiving end of it, and Patterson picks up the stolen base. And that one is his first this spring, although he's a good base runner. He can steal some bases. 0-1 on Soriano. Here's the pitch, and he cuts it that one and fouls it back behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Soriano suffered a fractured middle finger of his right hand this spring, but he's able to play with that injury. He missed a few games, but they have him taped up. He has the batting gloves on, little added protection. The pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, and Santana threw it right by him, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. So a pair of strikeouts for Irvin here in the second, and not much happening for the Cubs. No runs, no hits, an error, and 1 runner left. The third inning is next. Angels up 6-3 in Mesa on the Angels Baseball Network. Terry Smith and Steve Biziak with you from Mesa, Arizona. The Angels and the Cubs in action today. Fans, the 2008 Angels baseball season is right around the corner, and now is the perfect time to reserve a party suite. Whether you're planning on hosting colleagues, a fun evening out with family and friends, Angels club-level party suites hold 36 guests and offer an exclusive entertainment opportunity that will make your next event a big hit. Party suites sold out fast last season, so don't delay. Call 888-796-HALO and reserve your 2008 party suite today. At the plate is D. Brown, and the pitch, it's ripped foul down the right side. He clobbered that one. It's 350 down that right side, and that ball nearly got out, but it was way foul. D. Brown today has a double and an RBI. He's also scored a run.
He's a strong guy, former first-round pick of the Royals, and was quite a high school running back.
Next pitch, and he takes that one inside for a ball. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I believe D had a college offer to play running back for Maryland for the Terrapins.
The pitch. He lines one into left center, and that will fall in for a base hit. He'll make a big turn at first and hold there with a leadoff single. So the Angels are swinging the bats today. That's hit number 6.
And Terry, there was a time in this organization, we talked about this the other day, there was very little depth in the outfield. The Angels have 6 quality starting outfielders, and how about who might start at AAA? I mean, they may have Reggie Willits down there, D. Brown, Terry Evans, Chad Hermanson, a former first-round pick.
Here's the pitch, and that one is a pitch that the Angels' third baseman Brandon Wood takes for a strike. It's 0-1.
And I forgot to mention Nathan Haynes, who hit like 386 last year at Salt Lake City.
Yeah. 0-1 is the count. And a toss over to first base.
Angels general manager Tony Riggins was visiting with us yesterday, and he said, yeah, we do have it at the AAA and Major League level, but he goes, we don't have as much depth at the low A and AA levels in the outfield.
0-1, the count on Brandon Wood. Pitch is high for a ball, 1-1. The 2 young outfielders we've seen that have been impressive have been Peter Borges and Chris Pettit. The limited time we've seen him, he seems to do a good job. He has some tools. Wood is waiting patiently in the batter's box. Wirtz taking time between pitches, delivers. It's smacked down the third base side, a foul ball right at Dino Ebel, who scoops it up. Dino didn't throw that one into the seats, and now he's hearing about it. Rough crowd. Well, these Cubs fans aren't too happy right now. It's 6-3 Angels in the third, so they're going to...
And they haven't won a world title in 100 years.
Right. They're going to get a little picky here right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, and he got him. That was a good slider, struck him out. Wood down on strikes, and the 2 outs that Wirtz has recorded, 1 last inning and his first out here in the third inning, have come on strikeouts. The batter is Nate Haynes. Oh, Steve, you were running down those outfielders. It could be in the AAA Salt Lake mix, and you mentioned Reggie Willits. It's going to be interesting to see how that whole thing plays out. I'm sure Reggie doesn't want to know he might be in the mix for Salt Lake, but you just can't predict at this point how it's going to play out.
And with the flexibility of Sean Figgins, who can also go to the outfield, I don't think the Angels are going to carry 6 outfielders. That's one of their strengths, is their flexibility.
Right. Here's the pitch, and that one is a pitch in there for a strike. The thing, if you're looking at your 25th man, and if Willits is one of the guys that is in the mix for that last spot, you're almost better having a guy like Nate Haynes fill that spot and let Reggie play every day. I mean, he might not like it, but it might be better for him, and really for the Angels for that matter, than to have Willits with the big club at the start of the season and then just not be able to get him any at-bats at all unless somebody breaks down.
I have the same feeling about Brandon Wood. A lot of people say, hey, just play this guy at the big league level. And I go, why? Why not give him 550 at-bats at AAA?
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. on Nate Haynes. The pitch, he swings and misses an off-speed pitch. He was fooled, and the count 1-2. A guy like Nate Haynes at this stage of his career might be able to handle being the last guy on your opening day roster, where Reggie Willits, who did a lot of good things last year for the Angels. There's a pitch that's up and in. Willits needs to play.
Yeah.
And Nate Haynes is a guy that certainly at this stage of his career projects to be a reserve player for you.
You love to have those challenges. I mean, the great organizations do. I mean, you broadcast for the Yankees organization for such a long time. Juan Rivera, quality outfielder, was buried in their system.
Sure. There's a swing and a miss. Haynes goes down on strikes. The ball was dropped by the catcher, but first base is occupied, although it was a live ball. So moving from first to second is D. Brown, but the batter is automatically out on that strikeout, even though the ball wasn't handled cleanly. So Haynes is down. Another strikeout for Wirtz here in the third. And Irvin Santana is going to bat again. Irvin reached on a fielder's choice and actually scored a run last inning for the Angels. Right-handed batter. Angels are up 6-3 here in the third, and the pitch is in there for a called strike. Well, the book on Santana is he'll hit the ball to the opposite field. They are playing him way over. I don't know where they got that scouting report, but that's how they're doing it, and he swings and misses that one, 0-2. Soriano, the left fielder, is about as far off the line in left as you'll ever see a left fielder play. He's actually playing in left center field. The pitch, and Irvin swings and misses. He got him on a breaking ball, and Wirtz, after giving up the leadoff hit, strikes out the side. So the Angels go down here in the top of the third. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one runner left. We're going to the bottom of the third inning here in Mesa as we head there. Good news. It's 6-3 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network. First batter up for the Cubs in the bottom of the third is Derek Lee. He's already doubled and scored today, and he takes the first pitch for a strike from Irvin Santana. No balls and one strike to count. Lee, Ramirez, and Fukudome, the batters for the Cubs. The pitch, breaking ball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Angels put a 6 spot on the board in the second inning. The Cubs got all 3 of their runs in the first inning, and that pitch is in there for a called strike on Derek Lee. It's now 1-2. Here's the 2-strike pitch. He checks on that one. The Angels won an appeal, and they say he was holding. So the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Derek Lee has had a tremendous 2006 season for the Cubs. He bounces one deep in the hole at short, and the throw by Torres is right on the money to get him. That was a nice play by Meiser. He had a throw from deep in the hole at shortstop. One gone on the ground out, and let's pause for station identification here on the Angels Baseball Network. Ramos Ramirez is the batter. RBI single in one time up, and he swings at the first pitch and lifts it down the right field side foul. Vlad is chasing, but it's back to the seats and out of play. The seats down the lines in left field and right field here at Ho-Ho-Cum Park in Mesa. Those seats jut out right near the foul line, so there's not a whole lot of foul territory deep down in the corners here. Those seats are kind of angled toward the foul line. And there's a pitch that misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ramirez, a .310 batting average last year for the Cubs. He's in the second year of a 5-year deal, and there's a pitch that comes in and hits him. Boy, that one got Ramirez, and he's not too happy about it. The home plate umpire, Dana DeMuth, is talking to him. It looked like it got him around the left shoulder blade area. They're going to take a look at him. Hit by the pitch. He's about 2/3 of the way up the first base line now. He's going to stay in the ball game. So a hit batsman, 1 out, and Fukudome, the right fielder, will be the next batter. Kosuke Fukudome. He's a player. He's had a lot of experience playing professionally in Japan, and certainly a guy in the mix for Rookie of the Year in the National League, you got to think, this season. The pitch, it's popped in the air on the left side. Let's see who's going to call for it. It'll be the shortstop, is Torres, on the dirt over there on the left side, and he'll put it away. The wind played some tricks with that one, but is Torres with the put out. 2 gone here in the third, and Mark DeRosa will be the next batter. DeRosa popped out his first time up. He had a bit of a scare earlier this spring. He was hospitalized because of a rapid heartbeat, and he actually had a heart procedure performed right near the end of February, and he was hospitalized for a few days. But now back in action, and the pitch, that one is in there for a called strike. He's had only 9 at-bats as a result of spending some time away with that heart issue, but they don't think it's anything to be overly concerned about. Pitch on its way, that one's low and outside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he's really one of those self-made guys, came up in the Atlanta organization, then to Texas, had that one great year, and it allowed him to sign a multi-year deal with the Cubs and be their everyday second baseman.
Here's the next pitch, and that one's outside. And boy, Lou Piniella really moved him around last year. They like his versatility. He batted in every spot but leadoff last season for the Cubs. They had him hit anywhere from 2nd through 9 a year ago. The pitch. He lifts one in the air into right field. The wind is carrying that one out there by the wall. Vlad can't make the catch, and the ball then bounces over the wall in right center. So it's going to be a ground rule double. The only thing good about that one is that Ramirez, who is at first base, has to go back to third on the ground rule double. He would have scored easily had that ball stayed in play. But another ball aided by the wind, and it came close to getting out. It bounced on the track and then hopped right over the wall.
Yeah, in normal conditions, Terry, I think that is a ball either Nathan Haynes or Vlad Guerrero get to, because it just kept on a carrying. And as you talked about, that wind about 15 to 20 miles an hour going left towards the right field foul pole.
So still 2 outs, and the batter now is Alex Cintrone. He's a switch hitter, and that pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Cintrone trying to win a spot with them as a reserve infielder. the pitch. He chops one on the right side. It should be an easy out. The throw to first is in time, and Irvin pitches out of some hot water here in the third inning. 4-3 on the ground out for the Cubs in the third. No runs. They had a hit. A batter hit by a pitch. They leave a pair. They've stranded 4 in 3 innings. As we head to the fourth, the Angels have a 6-3 lead. Steve Physiak will be back with the play-by-play action in a moment here on the Angels Baseball Network.
Fans, groups of 25 or more can save up to 40% off ticket office prices on select home games. Bring your group to the ballpark for a custom theme night, group cap night, or one of the Angels' exciting group packages. Reserve your group today by calling 888-796-HALO and ask a ticket sales account executive for more information. Steve Physiak, Terry Smith with you. We head to the fourth inning of play. The Angels with a 6-3 lead over Chicago, and the Cubs going with a new pitcher. It's Kerry Wood. First pitch he throws to Meiser Turris, and it's Turris with a grounder towards third. Ramirez with a diving stab comes up throwing and guns out Meiser. So one down. Kerry Wood, the new pitcher, taking over for Michael Wirtz, who got the call to relieve the starting pitcher Ryan Dempster. Wood, the veteran, 30 years old, begins his 14th year with the Cubs organization since he was selected in the first round of the 1995 draft out of Irving, Texas, a high school there. And now the big 6'5" right-hander delivers to Howie Kendrick, and it is in there for a strike. The Cubs are hoping that Kerry Wood will be their closer this year. He has outstanding stuff. His next offering is a breaking ball, and a nasty one swung on and missed by Howie Kendrick. It's strike 2. Wood had success as a starting pitcher, but has had a lot of injuries. His pitch is fouled off, and it'll stay no balls and 2 strikes. Kerry, I talked about big, tall, strong guy, 6'5", 211. Was 1-1 last year in 22 games, started the year on the DL. They decided to move him to the pen, and that job is up for grabs. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and missed. A beautiful breaking ball, and he strikes out the Angels' second baseman. Wirtz did a nice job. He got 4 outs, and all 4 outs were by strikeout. He's supposed to be the setup guy, but Kerry Wood expected to compete with 2 others for that closer's role, including a veteran Bob Howry. And here is Vlad Guerrero, and he drives it to center field, and racing over into right center, fighting that wind, is Eric Patterson. He is there to make the catch. So a quick and easy top of the 4th inning for Kerry Wood. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 3.5, it's the Angels 6 and the Cubs 3 on the Angels Baseball Network. Steve Physiok, Jerry Smith with you in Mesa, Arizona. Urban Santana's very first pitch to Henry Blanco. Actually, his second pitch. He got the first one across as we came back, and now it's a 1-1 count. Urban Santana against Henry Blanco. The Angels lead it 6-3, and Santana's third pitch is in there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Urban had a rough first inning where he gave up 3 runs, but the Angels came right back with 6 in their half of the second. Now the pitch to Blanco is taken outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Since that time, Urban has allowed just 1 hit in the next 2 innings. They want him to settle down. Here's his 2 pitch, and Blanco fouls it right back to the screen. It'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Angels' starting pitching has been pretty strong in spring, particularly a guy like Jared Weaver, who might be the opening day starter against Minnesota. Weaver's 3-0 with a 2.00 earned run average. Good to see John Lackey get a start the other day. He'll go tomorrow. Santana's 2-2 is taken for a called strike 3 by Blanco, and he is gone. The third strikeout for Urban Santana.
Like we're going to have a pinch hitter. Sam Fold is going to bat for the pitcher Kerry Wood. So Wood's day is done. That was a quick outing today for Kerry Wood.
He threw about 7 pitches. Urban Santana to face the left-handed swinging Fold. He is an outfielder trying to win a spot. Likely to start at AAA Iowa. And the first pitch is in there, and the next is swung on. A ground ball hit to Casey Kochman. He'll get it to the pitcher Santana covering, and there's 2 outs now very quickly in the bottom of the 4th inning. So it's good to see Urban Santana settle down after he was really roughed up in the first inning. Walked the leadoff man, then Soriano doubled, Lee doubled, Ramirez singled, and Fukudomi's ground out made it a 3-0 Chicago lead, but the Angels came back with 6, and probably Mike Scioscia, Mike Butcher had a nice visit with Urban, and he's been pitching pretty well since. Now we'll face the top of the order in Eric Patterson, and his first pitch is swung on and missed, strike 1. Santana likely will make the rotation with the injury to Kelvin Escobar to start the year. Here's the 0-1 pitch, inside and low, 1-1. Joe Saunders pitching well as a starter. He's 1-0 this spring with a 1.00 earned run average. Urban's next is fouled off. Got it down and in, and Patterson couldn't do very much with it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They play Eric Patterson to pull, particularly in the outfield with Nathan Haynes is about 10 feet to the right of the second base bag, and the wind blowing. And the pitch by Santana is a good fastball, a swing and a miss by Eric Patterson. So Santana, with his best inning of the day, he sets him down in order and strikes out 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 4, it's the Angels 6 and the Cubs 3 on the Angels Baseball Network. It's the Angels 6 and the Chicago Cubs 3 here in Mesa, Arizona at Hohokam Park. New pitcher will be John Lieber, the veteran who turns 38 on April 2nd in his 13th Major League season back with Chicago. He had some glory years there, including a 20-win season in 2001. The first batter he'll face is Casey Kochman, who's been on twice, reaching on an error and a walk. The next pitch is swung on, lifted in the air, left field, over near the foul line. Soriano travels. He is there to make the catch for the first out.
Lieber was with the Phillies last season. He had an injury-plagued season. He had a problem with his foot. Had surgery in July of last year. He was just 3-6 last season in 14 games, 12 starts. Had an ERA of 4.73. He's a sinker ball pitcher. When he gets things going, he'll get a lot of ground outs.
And now he will face Mike Napoli, and you'll see like a 2-hour and 15-minute game when he's out there, because he gets a lot of early count outs, a lot of ground ball outs. He finds the strike zone with Mike Napoli. His next pitch is swung on, fouled up back, and he rarely walks a batter. I mean, in his career, 1.7 walks per 9 innings for John Lieber.
He has 3 quality pitches. That's sinker, good slider, and he has an excellent changeup.
Might see it here. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Mike Napoli, and he got it on his hands, fouled off the right side. The count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Napoli today with a triple to drive in a couple of runs, and also struck out against Michael Wirtz, who looked really strong. Next pitch to Napoli is swung on, hit on the ground, shortstop backhands. His long throw gets Mike by a couple of steps, and 2 out here in the 5th inning. The Cubs came in with a record of 6-10. The Angels with 8 wins and 6 losses. They lost their last 2 to the Kansas City Royals, and they had the lead yesterday rather late, but the bullpen could not hold on. Now it's D. Brown, who's 2 for 2, both doubles. A double to left and a single in the left center field gap that he was thinking about too. Lieber's pitch to him in there, strike 1. D, 30 years old, out of the Bronx, New York. Best year, 2001. Hit 7 home runs for Kansas City. Lieber's pitch on the way, and Brown breaks his bat, sends it towards the second baseman, who gobbles it up and throws him out. And Lieber looked like the Lieber of old. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 4 1/2. The Angels still have a 6-3 lead over the Cubs. You're listening on the Angels Baseball Network. And this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of Angels Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball. Again, Steve Physiok with Cherry Smith, and Irvin Santana will stay in the game to pitch the 5th inning, and even though he's thrown a lot of pitches today, but I asked Mike Socia, Terry, about Santana, would he be limited to 60, and he said no, because he's been stretched out pitching in winter ball in the Dominican Republic.
Right. He's a little bit ahead of some of the other starters as far as that part of his game, and Irvin seems to be settling down now in this one. He's retired the last 4 in a row, and let's see if we can get through the 5th inning and then hand it off to the bullpen.
There you go. He'll face Alfonso Soriano, Derek Lee, and Aramis Ramirez. 3 pretty good hitters and then Kosuke Fukudome if anybody gets on. Santana's first pitch is in there to Alfonso Soriano, who's 1 for 2 today. Next pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Soriano doubled in a run in the first inning and then later would score on Ramirez's single. He struck out swinging against Santana in the second. His pitch hit to third. Brandon Wood backhands, picks it up, and throws to Casey Kochman across the diamond for the first out of the 5th inning.
Angels have changed up the outfield a little bit. Nate Haynes goes from center to right. Vlad Guerrero no longer in the ballgame, and Peter Borges is now the center fielder.
He's a kid that's really impressed the coaching staff, and he played at Low A Cedar Rapids last year. Irvin Santana to face Derek Lee, and he muscles up and hammers one high in the air, deep to center. Borges back. It's off the wall, and Borges has to chase it down, and Lee not stopping at second base. He'll make it to third with a stand-up triple.
Well, that was another one that got up in that jet stream, and the ball just kept carrying. When it left the bat, it looked like it had a chance to be a fairly routine play out there in center field. It was definitely going to be hit deep to center, but the wind pushed it all the way out, and it smacked off the center field wall. And then the ball began to roll back toward the infield, and Borges had to reverse his tracks, and by that time, no chance to get the runner at third base, Derek Lee.
So Lee with a double and a triple today, and now Santana to work with Aramis Ramirez, and he throws a fastball for strike 1. And Borges, who's a marvelous defensive center fielder, he thought he might have a play in it, but it just kept on carrying. Well, Lee is at third base. The pitch by Santana. He throws a dart at the knees. Good fastball there. Is ahead of the count. 0-2. And if there's a time that Irvin would like to get a strikeout, it's right here with a man at third base and less than 2 outs. Santana stares in, gets the sign from his catcher, Mike Napoli, and brings the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And now the ball gets away from Napoli, and here comes Lee to score. They throw to first base. They get the strikeout, but Lee scores from third to make it a 6-4 ball game. That's a shame that the ball got away from Napoli, as it was a wicked slider breaking down, hit the dirt, and went between the legs of Mike Napoli. And Lee read it beautifully from third base and came racing home. Mike picked the ball up and fired to first base to get the strikeout of Ramirez. But a nice pitch by Santana, because it could have been man at third, and now 2 outs with Fukudome up. Irvin now with 5 strikeouts in the day in 4 2/3 innings. He delivers to Fukudome, and it is ball 1.
See how they score that, whether it's a strikeout wild pitch or a pass ball.
In there with the next pitch, a 1-1 count. Santana over his head, his delivery home. Fastball missing low, 2-1 to Fukudome, the 30-year-old left-handed swinger from Osaka, Japan. Played last year in Chunichi. Ground ball hit to first, picked off by Casey Kochman. He'll make the play himself, but Chicago scores a run on 1 hit, and the Cubs leave no runners left. At the end of 5 innings of play, it's the Angels 6, the Cubs coming back. They've got 4. Terry Smith will be back with the broadcast on the Angels Baseball Network.
We get ready to move to the sixth inning, 6-4 in favor of the Angels, and one change for the Cubs. Casey McGee will take over at third base, and Ramos Ramirez is done for the day. He went 1 for 2 today with an RBI single. So the first batter up for the Angels is Brandon Wood, and the first pitch is in there for strike one. Lieber's still out there on the mound, and Wood was fooled on that one. He tried to hold up, went around for strike two. No balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Wood, Nate Haynes, and then the number 9 spot, Santana's spot in the batting order. We'll likely see a pinch hitter for Irvin. Here's the 0-2, and that one's outside for a ball. The Cubs pitchers have retired the last 9 Angels in a row. 1-2 pitch. Wood takes that one low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bright sunshine here in Mesa. Very windy, though, and the wind has played some tricks on some fly balls today. It certainly carried some balls out to right and right center. The 2-2 on Brandon Wood. That's fouled back right near the booth. That one was headed right in the direction of Fizz, who kind of ducked out of the way of that one. Fizz, you weren't going to attempt to play on that one.
Didn't you hear the sound of it fouling off my forehead?
Here's the 2-2, and Wood takes that one.
Knocked some sense into me.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Wood with a 2-run homer today. He's had 3 hits this spring and 30 times up, and all 3 hits have been home runs. And he drills one into left center field that'll split the outfielders. That's going to drop in for extra bases. Just getting to the ball is Patterson, the center fielder, and Wood is at second base with a leadoff double. So Brandon Wood having a lot better day today for the Angels.
Maybe that hard work paying off with Mickey Hatcher, but he has exceptional hands, very strong hands. And that time he just snapped the wrist, much like Alfonso Soriano, and the ball just shot off his bat in the gap left center field. Once he figures it out and gets that good plate discipline, he's going to be some kind of hitter.
So the batter now is Nate Haynes, and we'll see how the Angels play. There's a ball chopped on the right side. That'll get that runner over to third base. The play by DeRosa over to Lee, and moving on that ground out to third base will be Brandon Wood. 4-3 the scoring on it. Good job by Nate Haynes, and we'll see Kendry Morales come in and a pinch hit here for Irvin Santana. So Irvin's day is done. And after a shaky start, Irvin found himself out there on the mound and ended up doing a pretty good job today.
Yeah, he did, and he really should not have given up that last run after giving up 3 in the first inning. I thought he pitched well, struck out 5, but the guy who got up to congratulate Nathan Haynes, Mike Scioscia, he loves that style of baseball. That's team baseball right there. Giving yourself up to get that extra run to third base with less than 2 outs, and Mike got up out of his chair and he walked over and he greeted Nathan Haynes as he came off the field for a handshake. That's Angel style ball.
The pitch that's fouled off right past Alfredo Griffin coaching at first base. 0-2 on Kendry Morales. Kendry's hitting .345 this spring, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in, 10 hits in, 29 times up.
And here's another one of those guys, Terry, you were talking about that needs to play. I mean, if Casey Kochman wins that job at first base and the Angels have Quinlan as that extra guy, Morales has to play.
And there's a pitch that misses for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, there's little doubt that Kochman's going to be the Angels' first baseman, and whether or not he plays against right-handers and left-handers, I guess the only question right now. The pitch, that one is high, and the count 2-2. But Mike Scioscia's also looked at Juan Rivera a little bit this spring at first base. You got Rob Quinlan that can play there. You have a lot of coverage over there at that spot, and Morales is in the mix as well, but just not sure whether or not there's going to be an opening for him on opening day. The pitch, he fouls that one back behind the plate. 2-2 the count.
The Angels loaded with switch hitters also, and Kendry power from both sides of the plate.
Weber waiting for Morales to get back in the box. Everyone is ready. Runner at third, one out the pitch. A liner that's caught by the shortstop. Cintrone will flip to third, and they double up Brandon Wood, who was breaking on contact there, and he was about halfway to home plate, so he's easily doubled up, and that will end the inning. So the Angels hit into a double play for the first time today, and that one, if you're keeping score with us, will go 6-5 over at third base to end the inning. For the Angels here in the sixth, no runs, the leadoff double, no errors, and nobody left. The bottom of the sixth is next. 6-4 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network. Angels make a few changes as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Angels are up 6-4 here in Mesa, Arizona. Mark DeRosa will lead it off for the Cubs. Darren O'Day is the new pitcher for the Angels. And O'Day in the Cactus League has just been lights out. We'll give you some of his numbers in just a moment. There's a new right fielder. That's Chris Pettit, and Kendry Morales will stay in the game and take over for Casey Kochman at first base. O'Day is ready. The Submariners' first pitch. That one is outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Urban Santana, the Angels starter today, went 5 innings. He gave up 5 hits and 4 runs, all earned. He walked the first batter he faced, and that was the only walk he issued. He struck out 5, hit a batter, and also threw a wild pitch. There's a check swing, and the batter, DeRosa, fouls the ball off, and it hits Cintrone, who's waiting on deck. Boy, that looked like it got him close to the face area, and he is down, face down, near his dugout, just to the right of home plate. It was a check swing, and the foul ball hit the batter waiting on deck, so they are attending to him right now. And all of a sudden, a very quiet Hohokam Park here in Mesa. And one of the other athletic trainers just brought out a towel, so I don't know if that means there could be some blood, but my goodness, that was frightening right there.
Yeah, because the proximity of the on-deck circle to home plate is like 20 feet. And DeRosa, as you talked about with that check swing, it came off line drive fashion, and as Cintrone was taking his warm-up swings, he almost did not see the ball coming, and then, bam, got him right in the face. And both trainers and Lou Piniella are attending to Alex Cintrone right now.
He's moving a little bit. He's kind of propping himself up, but he is obviously shaken up. And I would have to think that his day is done today. we'll see. But my goodness, it's good that they've turned him around. He's now on his backside, and they're going to prop him up. Got to be a little bit groggy, and he's walking off the field with some assistance right now. So a freak play right there. The batter waiting on deck hit around the face on a check swing foul ball right back to the on-deck circle. Scary scene right there, but at least he's up, and they'll attend to him either in the dugout or the clubhouse. And Mike Fontenot has taken over as the batter waiting on deck now for Cintrone. There's a pitch fouled back by DeRosa, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Darren O'Day is appearing in his 6th game. He's 2-0 with a save and a 0 earned run average, and he has retired so far this spring 27 of the 30 batters that he's faced. He's given up 2 hits and 1 walk against 30 batters faced so far this spring. Here's the 2-2, and there's a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes DeRosa. Struck him out. So O'Day retires the first batter with the strikeout, and now with Cintrone unable to continue in the ball game. He was the batter struck by that foul ball. Fontenot will come in to pinch hit for him. Cintrone went 0 for 2 in today's ball game. And Fontenot batting. He's a left-handed swinger, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Ready to work is O'Day, the next pitch. And that one is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Terry Smith and Steve Physiak with you from Mesa. The Angels and the Cubs hooking up for the second time this spring. The Angels beat the Cubs back on March the 1st in Tempe. And that pitch in there for a called strike. It's now 1-2. Angels leading in this one by a couple of runs in the bottom of the 6th. A windy, sunny day here in Mesa. 1-2 delivery, and it didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Terry, I've got to believe Casey Kochman's dad, Tom, has to be one of the best scouts in baseball. The players that he has found Howie Kendrick, Scott Shields. He found Darren O'Day as well.
It's a fly ball lifted into center field. There waiting and putting it away is Peter Borges, and that'll be the second out. Darren O'Day was not drafted out of college. He was at the University of Florida and simply signed as a free agent by the Angels, and he has certainly opened up eyes here this spring with the way he's pitched. So the batter now is the catcher, Henry Blanco, and the first pitch is a little bit outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. O'Day, when he tried to make the Florida Gators baseball team, the pitch. There's a fly ball lifted deep into left field. That one is hit well and gone. A home run for Blanco. So really the first blemish this spring on the right-hander Darren O'Day, and Blanco hit it out. Blanco is just 2 for 15 this spring. That's his first extra base hit, first homer. And the Cubs have cut the lead to a run. It's now 6-5. But O'Day, when he tried to walk on at the University of Florida his freshman year, he was cut from the Gators baseball team. And then that freshman year, he decided to keep working out. He was on a mission to make their club as a walk-on. There's a swing and a miss. And this is the pitcher, Lieber, batting. 1 ball, 1 strike. And then that's when he decided to try a different way of maybe extending his baseball career, at least at the collegiate level, and he started pitching sidearm. And then the next year at the University of Florida, he walked on as a submarine pitcher and made their club and ended up having a very good career at the University of Florida. 1-2 on Lieber. It's a little pop into left center field, and the pitcher, John Lieber, gets a hit. So Lieber is on with a 2-out single. And Eric Patterson will be the next batter. Fans, the popular buy 2 seats, get 2 free program is back for its 8th season. You can buy any 2 full season seats in the view level or lower view box. Get 2 full season seats of equal value for free. For more information on this exciting program, call 888-796-HALO or visit angelsbaseball.com. Angels lead it by a run here in the 6th. The pitch, that's low. 1 ball, no strikes. Patterson has been on base twice without a hit, a walk. He's reached on an error. He scored a run and struck out. He's also stolen a base, officially 0 for 2. And the next delivery loops one foul on the left side, and it will take a bounce and hop into the seats down the left field corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Day is set, has the sign, checks the runner over there. That's the pitcher, Lieber, and the pitch missed inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Around the infield for the Angels, Kendry Morales at first. Howie Kendrick still at second. Brandon Wood is the third baseman, and Meiser Turris is playing short. 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-1. The outfield has D. Brown in left. Peter Borges is playing center for the Angels with young player Chris Pettit out there in right field. Mike Napoli has been behind the plate so far today. The 3-1 delivery, chopped on the right side and just out of the reach of Howie, threw into right field. Lieber will only move up 1 base. And you talk about a base-to-base runner right now, that would be John Lieber, so he's at second. Mike Butcher is going to head out to the mound to have a word with Darren O'Day to try and settle him down. He got the first 2 batters out, then gave up the home run, and then back-to-back singles. Well, this is the spring training home of the Chicago Cubs, and it never fails when we come here and get set up for our broadcasts. And our vantage point is behind home plate, but we're pretty low here. We're not elevated that high, and actually the last row of seats, they can kind of stand on their seats and look right into our radio booth. And every time we come here to Hohokam Park, the first thing that fans want to know is, where is Ron Santo, the legendary Cubs third baseman? And I got to think, Fizz, outside of Ernie Banks, probably the most popular living Cub right now. I think it might even be a toss-up. Ernie Banks, obviously legendary, what he did with the Cubs. He's in the Hall of Fame. But Ron Santo is a very popular guy. And sure enough, as soon as we got here today, we had people coming up to our booth, even though there's a sign in front of our booth.
And the sign reads, "No, I don't know where Ron Santo is."
There's a pitch that is inside for a ball on Soriano. So apparently one of the other broadcasting crews here this spring decided to put up a sign because they knew what was coming as well. So there's a sign in front of our window, and Fizz told you about that. There's one that's hit down the left side foul, and 1 and 2. So now what happens is fans come up to the window and they say, "We've seen the sign, but we're just wondering, is he anywhere around your booth, or is he here today?" But it does serve somewhat of a purpose, but not quite the total purpose, I guess, the intent of that sign.
But you're right, it would probably be a toss-up between Ron Santo and Ernie Banks.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan Sandberg had a long career, outstanding and well-loved at Wrigley Field, but nothing like Mr. Santo, who now does radio for the Cubs.
Right. Here's the 1-2 on Soriano. That one misses, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. You'd have to say the all-time face of the Cubs franchise is Ernie Banks. But, again, Ron Santo is immensely popular in Chicago, and he's down here a lot for spring training. I didn't see him here today. I guess he's not here today. I could be wrong, but I didn't see him today.
No, I was looking for Ron earlier, but I went and asked some fans if he was with them, and they said, "No, he's in your booth."
Right. And the other thing, we've had fans come up today and go, "Hey, we saw the sign. Has anyone asked you if Ron Santo was here?" And we said, "Yeah, we still had a few stop by." 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Soriano hanging in against O'Day, and he waves and misses. That sidearm pitch struck him out, and that will end the inning. So O'Day pitches out of most of the trouble, although he did give up the home run to Blanco. In the inning, 1 run. They had 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 2. We've completed 6, and we head to the 7th. The Angels are hanging on to a 1-run lead here in Mesa. 6-5 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network. Top of the 7th we go here in Mesa. Terry Smith and Steve Physiak with you. Great to have you tuned in to Angels Baseball, the Cactus League here on the Angels Baseball Network and our flagship station AM 830. Fans opening day is right around the corner, and there are still tickets available for the first homestand of the 2008 season. Now, prices start as low as $12 for adults, $5 for kids. Purchase tickets online at angelsbaseball.com. The Angels charge line at 714-663-9000, the Big A box office, or at select Ticketmaster outlets. Ready to work is Lieber, and the first pitch, and that one on Meiser is Torres leading things off for the Angels. That one, he was around to bunt. The pitcher is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Is Torres today has gone 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored, and he chops that one foul on the left side. There's a new left fielder in the game. Josh Kroger takes over for Alfonso Soriano. Soriano went 1 for 4 today with an RBI double, and he scored a run. Lieber is now starting his third inning of relief in this ball game. Here's the 1-2, and it's a swing and a miss. He got him. Meiser is down on strikes. So Lieber has done a pretty good job for the Cubs. Howie Kendrick will be the batter. Lieber's numbers this spring, in his first 2 appearances as a starter, he had a 1-0 record, 3.00 ERA, going 6 innings, allowing 2 runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. First pitch on Howie, a strike. It's 0-1. And here's the next delivery, and that one is in there for a strike.
Yeah, he's really looked sharp today, John Lieber. He's retired 9 of the 10 he's faced. The only blemish was the double by Brandon Wood.
Pitch on its way, and there's a swing and a miss, and Howie is down on strikes. Struck him out. He got him on 3 pitches. So Lieber didn't have any strikeouts until this inning. Now he has a pair here in the 7th. And the batter is Peter Borges. He's batting out a Vlad's number 3 spot. Vlad, he went 0 for 3 today. Pitch on Borges. He swings late at that one and misses it for strike 1. 0-1 to count.
Really had the slider working with Howie Kendrick.
Next pitch on Borges. He fouls that one off on the right side, out of play, so he's in the hole. It's 0-2. Borges has 8 hits and 18 times up this spring. One of those hits a homer. .444 batting average. He's also stolen 3 bases this spring, which ties him for the club lead in that department. The pitch, low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yet to get the attendance today, but got to think we have somewhere in the 11,000 range or so. The pitch. There's a bouncing ball by the mound, and it skips through into center field. So Borges keeps up his hot hitting. And that's a 2-strike, 2-out single here in the 7th. Chris Pettit will be the batter. This is his first at bat this afternoon. He's hitting out of Casey Kochman's cleanup spot. Koch went 0 for 2 today. Was on base a couple of times, reached on an error, scored a run, walked, and flied out. Toss over to first base. Borges, who can run. We mentioned he can fly. Got back to the bag safely. Blanco, the catcher, is a good catch and throw guy. So this is kind of an interesting matchup if Borges is going to move on a pitch. Not running on that one, and it's in there for a strike.
And Lieber's pretty quick home. But Borges had 2 stolen bases in one game the other day and had great jumps on each of them, stealing second and third base.
Pettit, who's batting for the Angels, he's yet to get a hit this spring, 0 for 3. There's a pitch high to him. 1 ball and 1 strike. 6-5 Angels here in Mesa. And the two teams with 8 hits apiece. Angels have committed a couple of errors. The Cubs won. The Angels have left 3 on base so far. The Cubs have left 6. There's a pitch out. They thought Borges might be on the move, so they're aware that he likes to run, but wasn't running on that pitch.
Good running count here, 2-1, and Pettit at the plate. More of a doubles hitter than a home run hitter.
Mike Napoli is waiting on deck. He's been behind the plate the entire game to this point, and there's another toss over to first base, and back to the bag goes Borges.
Borges grew up not far from here. Went to Notre Dame High School in Scottsdale.
Here's the 2-1. He's not going, and the pitch is up and in, ball 3-1. We were talking yesterday about all the problems the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays have had this spring. They had the bench clearing incident, the second inning of their ball game on Wednesday, and today Major League Baseball suspended some players as a result. The pitch is high on the 3-1 as Borges was running, but it's ball 4, so he's entitled to second base. Pettit is on with a 2-out walk. Angels have a little something brewing with 2 outs. And Mike Napoli will get ready for his 4th at bat today. He has a triple and 3 times up. He's driven in a run and scored a run. The Major League Baseball Vice President of On-Field Operations, Bob Watson, today has announced that Shelley Duncan of the Yankees has been suspended for 3 games as a result of the incident with Tampa Bay the other day. Duncan with the Yankees. And there's a pitch that's low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Johnny Gomes of the Rays has been suspended for 2 games as a result of that incident. Melky Cabrera of the Yankees suspended for 3 games. Here's the pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, and the count even. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Like Socia was saying a couple of days ago, he talked to Joe Madden about the whole situation. I think Joe certainly looks at Mike as being one of his mentors, and he was just kind of feeling out Mike on the whole situation, kind of picking his brain about what had happened in those 2 different games this spring between the Yankees and the Rays, as that pitch is fouled off, backing out of play. And the one thing that Mike Socia mentioned to me, and he said, I wish that some of the reporters would have brought it up when the first incident took place and the Yankee minor league catcher suffered a broken wrist on that collision at home plate. And Joe Girardi, the Yankee manager, thought that maybe Tampa Bay was a little too aggressive with their approach. Mike said, hey, if Girardi's worried about those kind of things, then have the catcher stand in front of the plate on the throw to home, and then you don't have to worry about that type of a collision, especially in a spring training game. There's a pitch on Napoli on a 2-2, and he takes it, and he's out looking, and that will end the inning. So Lieber ends up striking out the side against the Angels. The Angels have had 9 batters strike out, but as we get ready to move to the bottom of the 7th, the Angels are still leading. Here in the 7th, no runs, a hit, a walk, no errors, and 2 left. 7th inning stretch time in Mesa, 6-5 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network. Fans, get all your spring training gear at the official online shop of the Angels. Check out the largest online selection of official caps, T-shirts, BP jerseys, collectibles, and more. There's fashion-forward apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get your gear straight from the source. TheAngelsBaseball.com shop, where baseball is always in full swing. New second baseman for the Angels is Sean Rodriguez, as Howie Kendrick's day is over. The first pitch from O'Day on Derek Lee. That misses for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the next pitch, and that's in there. And that was a slow one from the Submariner, Darren O'Day. 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Day worked last inning, was touched for 3 hits and a run, and he misses inside with that 1 ball, 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. The new third baseman, Casey McGee, is waiting on deck for the Cubs. He's yet to bat today. There's one fouled off on the right side. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. O'Day is set, and he delivers. A swing and a miss. He got him. Struck him out. So Derek Lee, a strikeout victim. Well, we mentioned that O'Day was touched for a run last inning, but the last 2 batters he's faced for the Cubs, Soriano and Lee, 2 of their big guns, he has struck out both of them.
The side armor is always tougher on right-handers, but Tom Kochman said when he was able to sign Darren O'Day on his recommendation and had him an arm, they taught him the changeup to help him get left-handers out. Terrific last year at Rancho Cucamonga with 4-0 record, 11 saves, and a 0.75 ERA.
Here's the 1-0 on McGee, and that one is a pitch that misses for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. McGee is hitting .529 this spring, 9 for 17, so he's had a good spring. The pitch, he pops it in the air in his shallow right field. Coming over is Chris Pettit. He's there. He's under. And he puts it away. That's the second out. So the next batter is Fukudome. He wears the number 1. He's been in there all day so far. And he's gone 0 for 3 with a run batted in. Let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network. First pitch on Fukudome misses for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. O'Day not wasting any time, delivers. And that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, here's that situation we were talking about. Tom Kochman helped teach him the changeup at rookie ball.
The 2-0, and that's in there for a strike. 2-1 the count.
He needed an equalizer to get left-handed batters out. He was able to work the sinker slider in college at the University of Florida, but needed something to get lefties out in the pros.
And the next pitch, that's popped up foul on the left side. That's going to get back and out of play. You got to think Fukudome, with all those years in Japan, that he has seen some submariners.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of guys that drop down in Japan. Not nearly as many power pitchers, I guess, in the Japanese league. Here's the 2-2, and he got a piece of that one, just hanging in there, fouling it back. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This is a guy who hit 13 home runs last year, but the year before hit .351 with 31 home runs.
He had some injury problems last year, only 79 games in Japan, and he chops one on the first base side. A fair ball. It's fielded by Morales. Flips to O'Day. They get the out at first base, and the inning is over on the 3-1 ground out. So O'Day has a solid 7th. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left. We're headed to the 8th. Steve will be back with the play-by-play action as we head there. It's 6-5 in favor of the Angels on the Angels Baseball Network.
To the 8th inning we go in Mesa, Arizona. The Angels holding on to a 6-5 lead. Dee Brown will lead things off for the Halos. He'll be followed by Brandon Wood and then Nathan Haynes. Lieber's delivery to Brown is swung on and missed. Dee has a 1-1 count. The Cubs right-hander, who's beginning his 5th inning of work, he's making a bid to become part of that Cubs starting rotation. John quickly set and delivers home, and Brown takes another strike. It's a 1-2 count. Changes for the Cubs on the infield. Micah Hoffpower takes over at first base. Mike Fontenot moves from short to second, and Ryan Thierio is the new shortstop. Brown got one on the hands and fouled it off the left side. It'll stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Matt Merton is now in right field for Fukudome. So John Lieber still in the game and working with Henry Blanco, who's the catcher. Eric Patterson stays in center field. Josh Kroger remains the left fielder for the Cubs. D. Brown having a quality game. He has a couple of hits in the game, 2 for 3, a double and a single. Next pitch is delivered, and it misses low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to D. Brown. Last time up, he grounded out to second base. Lieber's quickly ready. His pitch, and Brown got it on the hands again and lifted it into the seats. Foul. Angels 8 wins, 6 losses this spring. The Cubs at 6-10. The Angels coming off a loss to Kansas City yesterday. Lieber ready, and his pitch to Brown is just low, 3-2. Angels batters have struck out 9 times. Ryan Dempster got the start, and Michael Wirtz, and now John Lieber. He's ready with the 3-2, and again on the hands. He's working inside hard to D. Brown. And all D can do is foul it off that left side. Chicago scored 3 times in the first inning. The Angels scored all 6 of their runs in the second inning, sending 11 men to the plate. Pitch by Lieber is swung on, hit to the first baseman. There's Hoffpauir, and he will make the play at first base, coming back to the bag and record the first out of the 8th inning. But when the Angels scored 6 times in the second inning, they got a triple by Napoli, a double by Brown, a long home run by young Brandon Wood, and a triple by Howie Kendrick. Wood drove in 2, and Kendrick drove in 2. So now it's Wood again, who's 2 for 3 in the ball game. Brandon Wood hit that 2-run home run back in the second, struck out in the third, and doubled in his last time up. Lieber's ready. His pitch home, strike 1. Chicago wants to improve again after they won that National League Central and on the pick again this year. Lieber's pitch, and Wood swings and hits a ground ball to short. Picking it off Theriot. His throw is in time, and there's 2 gone here in the 8th inning. But the Cubs last year had a 19-game improvement from 2006 to last year. They went from worst in the National League to first in the National League Central when they overtook the Milwaukee Brewers and the Houston Astros down that stretch. And they also caught St. Louis. Well, Eric Ibar will now step to the plate for Nathan Haynes. He's batting from the left side. Switch hitter digs in. And first pitch swinging, fouls it off. Strike 1. Ibar in a real duel with Meiser as tourist for the starting shortstop position. And the writers were asking Mike Scioscia, if the season were opening tomorrow, who would be your shortstop? And he simply said, opening day isn't tomorrow, so I'm not saying anything. They're both playing great ball. Ibar takes outside. Count moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. Lieber's quickly ready. His pitch is in there, 1-2.
Mentioned the Cubs last year. They finished 8 games over 500. In the last 35 years, they've only had back-to-back winning seasons once. In the last 35 years, they'll try to put together back-to-back winning seasons if they can do it this year.
Lieber's 1-2 pitch is hooked foul. And they had a good pitching staff last year. They were second in the National League in earned run average, 4.04. But they lost some pretty good players in Jason Kendall and Jock Jones and Craig Monroe and Cliff Floyd, Mark Priors, now with San Diego, Will Oman. Pitch to Ibar is upstairs. It's 2-2. They added Fukudome from Japan and John Lieber, who's really pitched well in this game and might crack that starting rotation. Looked a lot better than Dempster did today. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ibar swings and hits it to first base. There is Hoffpauir, comes back to the bag, and Lieber goes 5 today and pitched really, really well. Didn't allow a run. And here in the 8th inning for the Angels, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. They still have a 6-5 lead over Chicago on the Angels Baseball Network. The Angels try to protect a 6-5 lead here, going to the bottom of the 8th inning, and they'll bring on Rich Thompson. He's pitched pretty well this year, particularly of late. He does have a spring ERA of 5.4, but his last 2 outings have been very strong. And he will face the Chicago Cubs here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Ryan Theriot will be leading things off. He is expected to be their starting shortstop when they break camp this year, and he will be hitting in Mark DeRosa's spot. Ryan Theriot. So Rich Thompson on the hill for the Angels. Rich out of Hornsby, Australia. It's he said about an hour's drive from Sydney, Australia, which is the capital down under. And he has really done a nice job in the minor leagues for the Angels since 2002 when he was signed out of St. Ives High School in Sydney. He goes 6 feet 1 inches tall, 180 pounds, good fastball, very good curveball, which has been his strikeout pitch. And his first pitch of the last of the 8th inning is in there for strike 1 to Ryan Theriot. Mike Fontenot is waiting on Dick, and then we're expected to see Henry Blanco. Thompson's pitch is on the way and misses just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson quickly ready and brings the 1-1 pitch. Curveball in there. 1-2. Well, it was good to see former Angel Bartolo Colon throw well the other day. Hit 94 miles an hour with his new team, the Boston Red Sox. He might get the start. Kurt Schilling on the 60-day DL. Thompson's pitch on the way. Hit to third. Brandon Wood has it. Picks it off and throws to Kenry Morales for the out. There's 1 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Steve Physioc, Terry Smith with you on a sunny, windy day in Mesa, Arizona. Darren Chan is our producer engineer here in Mesa and over in Tempe Diablo as well. So Rich Thompson standing in. He'll face the left-handed batting Mike Fontenot. Wood comes in. He knows this kid can bunt and has pretty good speed. And Wood, 2 steps on the infield grass now. He'll back up a bit. Meiser Izturis still the shortstop for the Angels, and Sean Rodriguez is the second baseman with Kenry Morales at first. They play him to pull, and here's the pitch. It's low and in. A bit to pull on the infield, straight up in the outfield with Borges directly behind second base and center field. Chris Pettit in right, and the left fielder remains D. Brown. We've got a new left fielder out there. Terry Evans is in right, Chris Pettit moving to left. Thompson's pitch on the way, and Fontenot takes a strike right around the letters. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mike Fontenot.
As the Angels brought one of their young outfielders in from minor league camp today. The left fielder is Brad Kuhn.
All right. So he takes over for D. Brown. I'm glad you checked on that because he had not turned around, so we couldn't see his number.
He was with the Quakes last year, Rancho Cucamonga, and also split time at Arkansas. He's from Ohio.
Thompson's 2-2 pitch is fouled off. Yeah, they say he's got some pretty good speed.
Yep. 15th round pick by the Angels, 2005. And last year in the minors, between A-ball and AA, he stole 56 bases.
Thompson ready, the 2-2 pitch, and there's the breaking ball missing low and inside. Mike Socha wants to see Thompson finish batters off. Last year he showed pretty good command at AA Arkansas with just 14 walks in 49 innings. The 3-2 pitch from Thompson to Fontenot is tapped toward short. Izturis comes a-charging. His throw is just in time at first base. Wow, a close play, and Fontenot is just racing down that first base line. So Meiser Izturis turns in a nice play to help out Rich Thompson, with the Angels protecting a 6-5 lead here in the last of the 8th inning. 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Angels today. The Cubs with 5, 8, and 1. So Rich Thompson facing Henry Blanco is going all 9, it looks, today. Blanco takes, and it is inside 2 balls and no strikes. Henry's last time up, man, he powered a home run off of Darren O'Day deep into the left field seats. Thompson behind the count. Here's his 2-0 pitch. It's swung on, lifted in the air right side. Over is Chris Pettit. Now backs up. There he is. Makes the catch. And a nice 8th inning for Rich Thompson. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 8 innings of play, it's the Angels 6 and the Cubs 5 on the Angels Baseball Network. We head to the 9th inning in Mesa, Arizona. It is the Angels 6 and the Chicago Cubs 5. The Angels trying to end a 2-game losing streak after dropping 6-3 and 6-5 decisions to the Kansas City Royals, and they had all 6 of their runs in a 2nd inning when they sent 11 men to the plate. Well, they will see a new pitcher from Chicago. It is Jose Escanio, and he was with the Atlanta Braves last year and acquired in December for Will Oman and infielder Omar Infante. Yes. Jose Escanio, 21 years old, from Venezuela.
Throws hard. Fastball is best pitch. He tops out at about 97 miles per hour.
Well, he will face a pretty good hitter in Kendry Morales his first time up. Morales took over for Casey Kochman, and his first at-bat lined into a 6-5 inning-ending double play in the 6th inning. So 9th inning we go. Morales the batter. First pitch is taken for a strike, and Escanio now looks in, gets the sign, and brings it home. Almost hit Kendry Morales in the back foot, and the ball rolls to the screen, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Escanio could make their bullpen this year. He is only 21, but he's got a good arm. Made his major league debut with the Braves last year. Brings it home. Good fastball in the mid-90s, fouled off. Back to the screen, 1-2. More than likely he will open at AAA Iowa because he might be a closer in the making, and they may make him the closer down at AAA. He's ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kendry Morales, who swings and misses and strikes out. So the Angels haven't done much damage on Chicago pitching since they jumped all over Ryan Dempster in the 2nd inning, scoring 6 runs on 5 hits. And all 5 hits were extra base hits that inning. Now it's Meiser Turris, and he steps to the plate and takes outside for a ball. Meiser 0 for 3 today with a walk and a run scored on that triple by Howie Kendrick in that 6-run 2nd inning. Escanio ready. His pitch just does miss high and outside. Well, 2 guys from Venezuela dueling here. Meiser Turris had some hamstring problems in the past. Took winter ball off this offseason. The pitch is on the way, and that's right back up the middle. A base hit to center field for Turris. So the Angels would love to come through with a little insurance. They've lost late the last 2 days to Kansas City, again 6-3 and 6-5. And the batter will be Sean Rodriguez. Howie Kendrick got the start at second base. Howie left the game for Sean in later innings. Rodriguez can play both shortstop and second base. He's got Turris at first, and first pitch swinging is Rodriguez, and he lifts a high fly ball to left center field. Under it, Josh Kroger. He is there to make the catch for the second out of the 9th inning. The Angels with a 6-5 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Now Peter Borges coming to the plate. Borges having a heck of a spring and has really impressed the Angels coaching and scouting staff. Bats from the right side, and the right-hander deals, and a bunt try by Borges. Bunted foul off towards the Chicago Cubs dugout. But he's a kid who will turn 21. He's just 20 years old right now. Turned 21 at the end of this month. Still lives in Scottsdale. Was born in Park Ridge, Illinois. His dad had a good baseball background and taught his son well. There's the throw over to first base. Meiser Turris dives back in. Escanio at 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. Right-handed batter Burgess digs in, and here's the pitch home. Missing outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hoffpauir at first base. Fontenot at second. Theriot the shortstop. McGee at third base. Now for the Cubs late. Escanio's pitch home. Taken high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels in Arizona tomorrow. A couple of tall guys dueling, LAA-KLAA and Randy Johnson. And here's Escanio's pitch. It misses outside, and the count moves to 3-1. That'll be a good one. 1 o'clock, and again at Tempe Diablo Stadium. John LAA-KLAA at 6'6", and Randy Johnson, the big unit, coming back. He's 6 feet 10 inches tall. The 3-1 pitch on the way, and Borges swings and pops it a mile high near the foul line on the left field side. Backing up is McGee, and then he has to make a basket catch as he moves back into fair ground. Well, the half inning is over, and the Angels head to the bottom of the 9th inning with the lead, 6-5, as in this frame. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left, and at the end of 8.5 innings, it's the Angels 6 and the Cubs 5. You're listening on the Angels Baseball Network. Steve Biziak, Jerry Smith with you in Mesa, Arizona, home of the Chicago Cubs and the Angels with a 6-5 lead. Rich Thompson back on the hill. He went 1-2-3 with the Cubs in the 8th inning. And this is something that Mike Scioscia, the Angels manager, wanted to see, how young Thompson could go on back-to-back games this spring and also pitch in multiple innings, and that's what he's going to have to do to try and get the save here. Well, he was a pretty good save guy in the minor leagues from 2002 on, and now he will face Darryl Ward to lead things off. Darryl Ward's having a heck of a spring. He had a great year a few seasons back with the Houston Astros, and he is having a .588 batting average this spring with a pair of home runs and 7 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch on the way, lifted in the air, foul, left side into the seats, and the count moved Rich Thompson's way, 1-2.
Darryl Ward gives him some coverage at first base and corner outfield. He's a very good pinch hitter. He's one of the best pinch hitters in baseball right now. And so he'll be a reserve player for the Cubs. He hit .327 for them last year.
Let's see if Thompson throws him that good hook. He does. And it's in there for us, called strike 3. Wow, man, that was a big bender at 12-6. And Ward walks back to the dugout, a strikeout victim. Beautiful pitch there.
9 strikeouts for the Angels, only 1 walk allowed today, so some good pitching for the most part.
And there's a great battle on that final bullpen spot in the Angels' pen with Chris Buchek out with the injury. Thompson now to face Eric Patterson. 4 up, 4 down for the young right-hander out of Australia.
Call him Chopper. And he's chopping them down so far today.
He'll face the speedy Patterson. Here's the pitch by Rich. Fastball is fouled back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Angels still with Morales at first base. Sean Rodriguez playing Patterson to pull on the infield right side, and on the left it's Meiser Turris at short, Brandon Wood at third. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Another good fastball. Well, he threw that good hook to Darryl Ward, a lefty, with a 1-2 count. Let's see if he throws it here. Thompson gets the sign from his catcher, Bobby Wilson, brings the pitch. It is the breaking ball, and it is lifted foul off the left side and out of play. It'll stay a ball and 2 strikes.
Saw Thompson a little bit with the Angels last year, got into 7 games, struggled. Pretty much a 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, top out at 94. Curveball is out pitch, and he'll throw a changeup.
Comes back with the curve. It's hit back up the middle, just past Thompson's glove into center field for a hit. So the Cubs have the speedy Patterson on now, who has excellent speed. And now Rich Thompson must pitch from the stretch. And he's facing Josh Kroger, another lefty. It was a good pitch down in the strike zone that Rich threw. Now he'll stand behind the mound, wipe his right hand into the pitcher's mound dirt. Check Patterson at first base, who had 24 stolen bases last year at AAA. The brother of Corey Patterson now at the lead, and Rich throws over. And Patterson dives back in safely. Cubs fans here at Ho-Ho-Tom Park trying to pick things up. Crowd of better than 11,000 on hand today. Morales holding Patterson. The throw over, it's a little bit wide, and Patterson this time easily gets back. Jerry Davis, the first base umpire, gave him time to clean himself off. Angels looking to get out of it right here with a double play. Thompson checks the runner. Patterson does not go, and the pitch is high. Kroger, good power hitter. And now Bobby Wilson calls time and wants to have a visit with Rich Thompson. One of Mike Butcher's philosophies, who is the Angels pitching coach, is the ability to repeat your delivery, and also on his list is controlling the running game. And the Angels trying to do that here, protecting a 1-run lead in the 9th inning. Thompson delivers again high. So after he was right there in the corners, now with a man on first base pitching from the stretch, He has been up and away from a powerful left-handed batter in Josh Kroger. So the count 2-0 to Josh. Patterson edges away from first base. The check of the runner, the pitch by Thompson, swung on, fouled off left side, out of play. It'll move to 2 balls and 1 strike, and Rich came right after him with the fastball.
Angels have had young pitcher Rafael Rodriguez, a right-hander, warming up in the bullpen. We've seen him a few times this spring, so he's loose in case Mike might want to make a pitching change here in the bottom of the ninth.
Angels lead it 6-5, tying runs at first base. Thompson goes that way, a little closer play over there, but Patterson back safely. Hoffpower's in the on-deck circle, and he's having a great spring. Kroger in the batter's box right now, taps the plate with his bat. Again, Thompson checks the runner and brings home the 2-1 pitch, fouled off again, left side into the seats. So Rich battles back after being down in the count 2-0. Now it's a 2-2 count. Will they wait for a 3-2 count, or will they send Patterson here? I'm sure they'll try and stay out of the double play, and Lou Piniella, an aggressive manager. Rich again goes to first base as Mike Scioscia thinking Patterson might be going. Last year, Rich Thompson pitched in A-ball, AA, AAA, and the big leagues. Now he goes to first base again. In 44 games, he threw in 80 2/3 innings.
This batter, Josh Kroger, a big left-handed hitter. He goes 6'3", 230, and Hoffpower waiting on deck. He's 6'3", 215. A couple of big guys.
Patterson goes. The pitch taken. The throw to second base. He is out. A heck of a throw by Bobby Wilson, right on the money. He threw it right on the corner of the bag, Terry, and that's another good sign. You see Mike Scioscia working with those young catchers, and he was talking about Bobby Wilson's catch and release ability yesterday. Boy, that was a good sign right there by Bobby Wilson.
Big out, takes the tying run off the bases. 2 outs now in the ninth.
Rich Thompson deals with Josh Kroger. Again, he gets the fastball and lifts it foul territory into the seats off on the left side. He's having a tough time catching up with Rich Thompson's heater. Boy, impressive footwork. Great throw by Bobby Wilson to nail a speedy Eric Patterson. So now Rich ready, and the 3-2 pitch on the way. Curveball in there, strike 3 called, and the Angels beat the Cubs 6-5. A heck of an outing by young Rich Thompson, who's trying to win a bullpen spot on the Angels. He strikes out. Big man at the plate on a 3-2 count and a curveball that was a beauty. So in the ninth inning, the Chicago Cubs, no runs on 1 hit. And they don't leave any runners because Bobby Wilson threw out Patterson at second base. So the ball game ends and the Angels win it 6-5. We'll come back with the final totals on this, the Angels Baseball Network.
We are back here in Mesa. Terry Smith and Steve Fisiak. The Angels come away with a victory, hold on, and beat the Cubs for the second time this spring. The final score 6-5 in favor of the Angels. The totals today, the Angels had 6 runs, a total of 9 hits, 2 errors, and the Angels left 6. And the Cubs today had 5 runs. They had 9 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 6. The winning pitcher for the Angels, Irvin Santana, 1-0 in the Cactus League. Rich Thompson gets a save for the Angels in today's ball game, and for Thompson, that's his first save of the spring. And the losing pitcher for the Cubs was Ryan Dempster. His record is now 2-1. The time of the ball game, 2 hours and 33 minutes. And the attendance today, we had 12,837. So the crowd today, the second highest they've had here in Mesa this spring. Steve, the Angels holding on. They had to hold on to that lead for a long time. The Angels did all their scoring in the second inning today. And let's talk a little bit about the pitchers we saw. Irvin Santana, after getting off to a little bit of a shaky start in the ball game, I think he pitched a little bit better than his numbers might indicate. And then the bullpen was very good today.
You know, I really agree with you about Santana. After giving up 3 runs in that first inning, the Angels came back and gave him 6 in the second, and he really settled down. And I didn't think he really deserved to give up that last run that he gave up late when he threw a wild pitch in the dirt, striking out the batter on a nasty slider. So he gives up 4 runs in 5 innings and looked pretty sharp late and really settled down and started commanding his pitches and working ahead in the count. But how about Darren O'Day and Rich Thompson, particularly Thompson, shutout innings in the 8th and 9th and nails down the save. So it was really good to see from Rich Thompson.
And on the offensive side, it was nice to see Brandon Wood heat up today.
Yeah, he had a long home run. I mean, a monster that almost hit the scoreboard in left field. So he had a home run. Then he also had a double, and he's working hard. He's one of those kids that's very serious about this profession, works extremely hard, and you know he's going to get it sometime around. But right now he's been going through a tough time, but it was you kind of pull for the kid when he's in a 2-for-27 slide coming into this game.
All right, tomorrow the Angels are going to face the Diamondbacks for the first time this spring. That game will be back in Tempe. John Lackey's going to be on the mound for the Angels in that ball game tomorrow. And the Angels are going to face 44-year-old Randy Johnson. He's kind of on the comeback trail.
The big unit. And I want to imagine he's going to be watching his USC Trojans against the UCLA Bruins in that Pac-10 semifinals. That's going to be something special. But Randy Johnson, who was one of the dominant pitchers in the 1990s into the early 2000 era, he's had the back problems in the past. They're working him slowly. He's a terrific athlete and a dominant pitcher. But the Angels sending their best in John Lackey, who won the American League Cy Young Award. I mean, these are 2 guys who easily could be playing in March Madness. One is 6'6", the other is 6'10".
Well, they'll be facing each other tomorrow in Tempe, and the Angels will be glad to get back home after playing the last 2 on the road in Surprise and here in Mesa. And Fizz will hook up with you tomorrow when the Angels are back home at Tempe Diablo.
I always look forward to being right next to you, Terry.
All right. Thanks, Steve. The totals again today. The Angels had 6 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, leaving 6. The Cubs had 5 runs. They had 9 hits, commit 1 error, and they leave 6. Irvin Santana, the winner, 1-0. Rich Thompson, his first save here in the Cactus League. Ryan Dempster was hit hard, the Cubs starter. In fact, Dempster in today's game could not survive the second inning. He went just an inning and 2/3. He gave up 5 hits and 6 runs, including a home run. Dempster, the loser, his record is now 2-1. The time of the game, it was 2 hours and 33 minutes, and they had a sellout crowd on hand today here in Mesa, 12,837. Our coordinator back at our flagship station, AM 830, has been Michael Perez. The producer-engineer of Angels Baseball and Radio is Darren Chan. Don't forget, our next broadcast will come your way tomorrow when the Angels take on the Diamondbacks. That'll be from Tempe Diablo Stadium. Angels Baseball will be on the air live, streaming at angelsbaseball.com at 1 o'clock, and on AM 830 beginning at 4 o'clock tomorrow. That's Pacific time. For Steve Fisiak, this is Terry Smith saying thanks so much for listening. Reminding you the final score today from Ho-Ho-Com Park here in Mesa. The Angels over the Cubs 6-5. Enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. And as always, thanks for listening to the Angels Baseball Network.
Good night from Mesa.